Good day, everyone. It's Snoo back again, and it's time for part 2 of the Nemesis 3 Tropical Island farming session. This one is focused on kind of semi-juicing, giving a little bit more serious in our juicing levels. I have my dump tab here ready to go. Not a whole lot to explain. If you watched part 1, you kind of got the intro, you know what I'm doing. If not, go check out part 1, at least the intros, you see what I'm all about. Doing just real quick cap, doing 4 videos, a series focusing on varying levels of juice. This is video number 2, kind of middle of the road, a little bit lower end. For the record, if I was doing Nemesis 3 as a sort of regular strategy, this is probably the lowest degree of juicing I would do on it, and I do think I have a pretty nice setup here, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Once again, we have a variety of different Nemesis rolled Tropical Island T14s. I did not take these rules particularly seriously. Some of them have decent quantity, some of them do not. I once again am running the Harbinger Delirium Orb, Foreboding Delirium Orb. By the way, side point, somebody called me out last video saying, dude, you need to pronounce this word right. Kudos to that guy, because I did actually research how to say this word. It is not Harbinger, which I've assumed it was. It is Harbinger, apparently with a J sound. So probably the biggest takeaway from this video for some people to pronounce this word right. These are Harbinger Scarabs. And, well, technically, Foreboding Delirium Orb. But anyway, thank you, random dude, for calling me out on the pronunciation. I don't even know what that word means in real life. So I've only seen it in PoE, so don't judge. Anyway, that's a side point. The reason I'm choosing this Delirium Orb is... actually, yeah, there's one little thing I do want to talk about in the prep of this video, based on my findings from part 1, is... what kind of return did I get from the Foreboding Delirium Orb last time? So I got 22 Exalted Shards in 16 maps. So that is, if we check Exalted Shards, which I will do right now, there's something like 7 or 8 chaos apiece. So that is around 10, on average, of around 10 chaos back just in Exalted Shards. I also got at least 2 Ancient Orbs in the number of ancient shards I got. So that is, and by the way, I did not run Harbinger Scarabs, so the only source of fragments that I got was from the Delirium Orb. I got 2 full ancient orbs, and I don't think I got a full drop on any Nemesis orb, I'm pretty sure. So that would be, if we check ancient orbs, yeah, so that would be a value of around 50 chaos, plus I don't even know how many shards I also got on that, but I got 2 full ancient orbs. So if we take 50 to divide it by 16 maps, that's at least like 3 chaos per, probably about 4 chaos per if I count the additional shards I got. So we're already looking at around 15 chaos in return. And then I also got a few Harbinger Scarabs, a couple polished, a few rusted, even one gilded, which that also get some returns. So again, last time I said I highly recommend not using these worthless Delirium Orbs, which may be the cheapest, but these are still pricing at the market actually is okay, the market's actually crashing on these a little bit. They were priced at around 30 chaos apiece. Right now it's saying like 24, which is a little strange. Okay, that does change the math a little bit, but I still think these Foreboding Delirium Orbs being priced around 40 chaos apiece in bulk, 40, maybe 45 at the most. I do think that's actually worth it because you are getting a lot of shards back. You're also getting, I'm also getting actual Harbinger Orbs back, which do sell. They are worth about 3 chaos apiece, and raw Harbinger Orbs can drop from the Delirium rewards as well. So I do think this is one of the best Delirium Orbs you can run. I did say in the last video, Amorphous Delirium Orb is not a bad choice because it is also relatively cheap. You can get Fertile Catalysts and things like that. The currency one, Fine Delirium Orbs, 50-55 chaos apiece. That's okay. It's a very popular one, therefore a little bit extra expensive. I don't really see, maybe Cartographer is only 30 chaos apiece. That might not be a bad choice. But anyway, again, my favorite is Foreboding Delirium Orb. You do see quite a few actual worthwhile rewards from that one. And you're no doubt getting at least half your money back, if not all of your money back, somewhere between half and all of your money back, which basically makes this Delirium orb effectively free, or almost free. But you do want to be intelligent about what you're choosing. You know, if you do go for the cheapest one, you're not getting anything back, because you're not getting anything off the rewards, except for the Simulacrum Splinters themselves, which I almost forgot to mention. The Simulacrum Splinters, I was getting on average about 30 per map, so that's an extra 15 chaos there. So we're getting like 15 chaos in Simulacrum Splinters, we're getting about 10 chaos in Exalted Swords, okay, so that's 25. We're getting about another 5 chaos in Ancient Orbs, so that's about 30 right there. And we're getting maybe another 5 chaos in other shards, like actual like Harbinger orbs and Scarabs as well. So you're getting really close to getting all of your money back from the rewards there. Definitely worthwhile running the orbs for sure. I mean, of course, you're also getting way more currency from it. So if anyone was thinking, you know, Delirium orb, is it really worth it doing Nemesis 3? Yes. The answer is yes, especially if you are intelligent about which orb you're selecting. Prices will fluctuate based on popularity, but this was the same thing last season. I do think the Foreboding Delirium orb is one of the most undervalued one, especially because it can even drop Harbinger Scarabs, whereas like the Amorphous and Currency one cannot do that. So enough about the Delirium orb. So we have all those set up. I'm not running a Delirium mirror on this map at all. Let's go into the Scarabs. We're not running the cheapest Scarabs we can this time. We're actually running some, getting a little bit more serious, but still fairly cheap. I did upgrade the Breach Scarab from Polished to Gilded. All my Scarabs are still worth around 10, maybe 12 Chaos max. And I think this was actually one of the most expensive ones. Polished Harbinger Scarab is also around 10 to 12 chaos a piece. I am going to go ahead and run this. It was either this or Legion, I think. I think probably 3 Harbingers on the map is worth more than 1 Legion, probably. Although the Scarab is about twice as expensive, but I'm going to try it out. I don't think I'm going to go wrong doing this. I'm still running Polished Abyss Scarab, and the reason is because, well, again, if you can get Abyss as a Sextant roll, which I did, then this is a great opportunity to save a lot of currency doing this, because a Gilded Abyss Scarab is like 30 chaos a piece, 35, whereas Polished is almost free, like 3 chaos a piece. And the Polished is what ramps up your number of monsters, 50% increased monsters. Gilded only gives me 1 more. So if I have this Sextant, for example, I'm not getting a huge amount of value out of the Gilded Scarab now, am I? So I do think that's still intelligent. Again, we're not doing any kind of crazy amount of juice. Yeah, we are trying to cut some corners where it's intelligent to do so. And this is one place where I think it's very intelligent to do so. One of the biggest takeaways I think you might get from this video is go low on the Abyss Scarab and high on the Abyss Sextant, because that's where the marketplace is kind of looking right now. Again, this is if you can stomach using a Territories Unknown elevated roll or Irresistible Temptation as an elevated roll. If you can stomach running those and you're not afraid it's going to brick your build, which might be why it is the better choice price-wise, because it can brick some builds, this is the way to go, I think. Obviously, I could run Gilded Abyss Scarab as well, and I'll probably do that in the next video where I'm juicing a little harder. Elder Scarab is either using Elder or Legion again, and I molded over a little bit. I think I like Elder a little bit better. Honestly, I think I like Elder a little bit better. Legion's not a bad choice, but if I don't have a Legion Sextant, yeah, I think Elder's Scarab's better, and it's even cheaper as well. So still pretty cheap on the Scarab, not too expensive. Let's check out the Watchstones and Sextants. Okay, just like last time, we are running Nemesis 3. It is a forced Sextant. I have to run it. It costs about 1x per Sextant. I did actually happen to get lucky and roll it on one of my own Watchstones, so I still kind of count that as if I bought it. But I only have 2x next to it, which if you were watching last video, the reason this is because, aside from my own Watchstone, As long as you have at least 8 uses on your Watchstone, you can turn around and re-roll something valuable and sell it for you can pretty easily make at least half the value of it back. Just because, for example, War Among the Stars, the difference in value between 12 uses remaining and 8 uses remaining is basically no difference. Basically no difference. People still treat that the same. So I can turn around and re-roll Nemesis 3 on here, or Delirium Orb, or Harvest, or Abyss, or Legion, or Breach. There's so many different things I can re-roll on here, and then turn around and sell it. So I'm really not I'm really not investing the full price of this Watchstone, which the full price of this Watchstone is 1x. But again, because I can turn around and make a profit off the same Watchstone re-rolling, I really don't need to budget the full amount in there. I can budget about half of it. Honestly, I could probably budget even less, but again, we're trying to be fair in the actual prices. This is one case in favor of using Awakened Sextants over Elevated Sextants, is because you can turn around and resell the Watchstone, the unique Watchstone, after you re-roll it. Excuse me. Let's go into the next one. Big difference between part 1 and part 2 is now I decided I'm going to force another layer of Beyond on the map. Beyond is actually the same price as Nemesis 3, so very intelligent choice to use. It's quite valuable on Glennick Cairns. Definitely worthwhile doing. Again, if I was personally doing Nemesis 3 farming strats, I probably wouldn't not have this Sextant on there. But part 1 was just all about entry level. You're trying to be as cheap as you can. You know, I even budgeted Alva missions as a Sextant to you know, assuming you had like no Alva missions, you're just kind of starting out or you're spamming it. This is different, okay? This is where we're trying to get a little more intelligent about how we're running the Nemesis 3, budgeting a little bit more currency in the investment, and it's absolutely worthwhile doing this. Now, last season, I was buying Elevated on this because the Elevated sections were only 3 or 4x. This season, they're not. People got a little bit smarter about how to price Elevated Beyond, and it's like 7, 8, or 9x a piece. So it's not really worth buying the Elevated one at that price. So we're going with the Awakened Sextant. By the way, Elevated Sextants, just between part 1 and 2, in 48 hours, the Elevated Sextant market crashed a little bit. It was at around 80 chaos per, and they're now down all the way down to 40 chaos per. I bought a massive bulk of like 50 Elevated Sextants for around 40 chaos per, and consequently, I went ahead and rolled one of my regular Magic Watchstones, because in this particular part 2 video, I'm not dead set targeting 4 specific sections. I'm targeting 3. I'm targeting Nemesis 3, Beyond, and Abyss. I think Abyss is kind of a no-brainer. It's definitely the most valuable Scarab you can run, and you get a major discount in your Scarab if you can roll it here, which it only cost me 3x for this Watchstone. Now, this is an elevated roll. This elevated roll does matter a lot because it is an extra Abyss on the map. Instead of 2 abysses, it's 3. Elevated also has the convenience of not having to swap out the Watchstone. However, I cannot re-roll the Watchstone and sell it later, but that's okay. This is still a great buy, and at 3x, it's honestly even better than buying 4 of these at 1x, in my opinion. I just checked the marketplace right now. The supply on this Watchstone is very low. This is towards the end of the season, so you cannot always buy this Sextant for 3x. But I was watching, you know, if you're watching the marketplace for this Sextant, especially if you have like a live search setup, you can definitely buy a few of these a day, like 3x. Or again, you can roll your own. And I did roll my own here on the one last Magic Watchstone. There were many different things I was going to accept here. I think like for the next video, I am going to force 4 Sextants, and probably the 4th one I will force is unique bosses drop corrupted items, because there's a lot of profit to be had there. But I did not force it this time. That is, by the way, a 3 or 4x Sextant for 16 uses. But for this one, I decided to just roll my own because there are many different options that are really good. I could have rolled Legion. I did roll Breach. I could have rolled Abyss and then done something else with this Watchstone. Obviously, I could have hit Elevated Beyond or Elevated Nemesis. I did actually hit Elevated Nemesis right here, which in like 10 Sextant rolls. So I'm saving this one for the insane juicing part 4 video right here. I even hit the rarest sextant of all, which is possessed monsters drop an additional winged scarab. I'm going to run that one off stream because it's so niche that I'm not going to include it in this video. But it is a fun sextant to roll, and yeah. So again, it could have hit Breach, Legion, Abyss, Beyond, Nemesis 4, Harvest, Alva. There's just so many very useful elevated sextant rolls that could hit that it feels like, you know, if there's just one remaining sextant that you're not too worried about and you're kind of willing to accept the wide variety of different rolls, Harbinger would have actually been a good hit too. Yeah, you know, just go ahead and roll it. I budgeted 1x in this. I hit this in 2 rolls. I'd call that a little bit lucky. But Breach is not like super premium hit for this farming. It is a good hit, but it's not like super great. So, you know, 1x would cover 4 elevated sextant rolls. If you did 4 elevated sextant rolls on your Magic Watchstone, you probably hit something pretty decent. Okay, so, and especially if you did many rolls across many Watchstones like I did, you're absolutely going to hit that for a relatively low budget. So I went ahead and put 1x budgeted in for the elevated sextant rolls here. You could look at this and say, well, okay, I'm just going to roll this sextant 4 times with Awakens Sextant and budget 1x. Either way, it's basically the same. So yeah, so that's how we're set up on the Watchstones and the sextant rolls. Notice that I kind of ping-pong back here between War Among the Stars and Irresistible Temptation. One big advantage to doing things like this, that you can do this. You can check the marketplace and just kind of buy the cheaper versions and mix and match. You know, every 4 maps, I set it up so I got the nice combination, which you see this is going to work out really nice. I will not have to swap out these Watchstones, but I will swap out these 2 every 4 maps. I will have to do a Conquer at some point in the middle. I'll try not to mess that up, the timing, but yeah. So there we go. That's it for the start. I also have these maps here. They're just for Scourging down here. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave those in. No big deal. No changes to the gear since the last one. So let's get into this. I kind of warmed up my PC a little bit, but not terrifically. Well, I am going to show you, of course, right before we start, as I always do. We got Excellence here. 15.59x. I was trying to keep my budget around 1x per map. I think that, you know, when you're semi-juicing for Nemesis 3, that's a nice number to hit. 1x invested per map. And that's what we did. You know, 15.59, I'm actually going to round it up and call it 1x per map invested. So remember, whatever the number comes out to at the end, which I will be watching down here in the bottom right, if it shows up. That's weird. Oh, I hit the wrong button, maybe. Overlay. There it is. Okay. So we're going to count that. So we're going to reset this. Trash all of these snapshots. Reset the X per hour. Not that that makes a big difference in here. And then we're going to also run some prophecies. Very cheap prophecies. I almost forgot to put Plague of Frogs back in there. I am not running a Tempest. The reason is because it takes priority over the other 2, and I don't think Tempest is a particularly great value on Nemesis 3 farming. It is, of course, a terrific value on magic finding in the tower. But for this, not quite so much. So for sure, we're going to do 4 maps this way. It'll be the Sextants and the Scarabs. Oh, and the map. The first map, of course. I am going to be running Alva strictly off the map device, okay, because we are getting a little bit heavier on the juice, so we're going to assume that you're taking it a little more seriously. You're not just spamming the maps, running Alva as a Sextant. Running Alva as a Sextant is fine, perfectly fine, if you get it. Actually, I think I did get a 16 usage Alva rolled Sextant on one of my Watchstones. Yeah, that's how we'll set it up. This is nice. So this map's going to have 4 Abysses, 6 Breaches, 3 Harbingers, and Elder Influence and packs of Elder Monsters. A lot of Elder Monsters because of the Elder Scarab as well as War Among the Stars. A lot of extra Elder packs. And a few Shaper packs. We are going to be running Beyond. This is basically triple Beyond, because we have Beyond as on the... No, sorry, not that. We have Beyond on the Atlas passives here. That's one layer of Beyond. We have Beyond as an Atlas to be applied to the map right there. And we do not have Beyond on the map, but we do have it as a Sextant roll slaying enemies. 6% Beyond right there. Yeah. So that's it. I think we're good to go. We hit Beyond and we hit Alva. We got our prophecies in and we are ready. Did hit Plague of Frogs. Put that one back in. Okay. Yeah, enjoy those prophecies while you can. Yeah, no doubt. I don't really care about the prophecies that much. They don't make a huge difference for this farming strategy, but man, I'm gonna miss them for Monstrous Treasure. I'm gonna miss Monstrous Treasure, which would have been good next season probably, and I'm going to miss Tempest for magic finding. Yeah, PC still doesn't like me very much. I am running a really juiced map. Sorry about that. I am actually going to buy a new PC in the next year, I think. And this will go a lot better for me. Oh. Okay, I do actually want to get into this Alva now. Can I enter the Alva, please? Nope. Oh no, I lost all my... all my, not Enrage. Rampage, yeah, that one. Wow, stuff is melting at 20% Delirious. I am still running Caustic Arrow. A very well geared character for Caustic Arrow. It's pretty obvious to me that this map is very easily rolled. The monsters do not have any extra defense, life, or anything. They are just melting in here. Usually they don't die quite this fast. Yeah, I got one Exalted Shard from the Foreboding Delirium Orb there already. Okay, so Breach and Abyss at the same time is pretty common. You can let the Abyss do a little bit of spawning, run back, and, you know, I think I'll try to at least open this Alva portal here. Corruption Chamber opportunity there. You don't want to let Abyss stand for very long, but once it opens its portal, it can spawn its monsters. You can run away and then come back later. So here I'll go into the Scourge Realm, come back and clear the Breach, and I'll hit this. Nice little flash there. Okay, back into the Abyss. Pretty intelligent strategy for clearing the map. Once again, back up here. The advantage to having a Raider with a Headhunter, meaning I can just fly across the map. Killing everything pretty easily. Yeah, I have an Asus gaming PC. It was pre-built, and it was like $1,600 at the time, around 6 years ago. So it is not new at all anymore, but it was a very good PC. I highly recommend it. It was actually quite good. Quite satisfied with how it worked. Could maybe trigger that second Abyss, but I'm going to wait and do it with the next Breach. Ooh. Yeah, PC. Come on, PC, you can do it. Okay, I need to let that Abyss open its portal again. It's the only thing I'm looking at right now is the Abyss. But I know this Breach is about to close, so go up here and kill the monsters. Get some nice Beyond there. That's good. Okay. Clear this one. This one's about to end, it looks like. Yeah, definitely ending. No Exalted Orb yet. Oh, I forgot to go into that Alva. I need to go in there. 6 breaches on every map is going to be fun. Fun for my PC. Anyway. And an i7-7. You probably know a lot more about PCs than I do, actually. I'm fairly tech illiterate when it comes to that stuff. See if we get a 6 link. Nope. Getting good luck with the abysses in terms of how long they're lasting. None of them are going down to the abyssal depths. I mean, that... I call that a win. Okay, get into this Alva here. I got the Corruption Chamber swap right here. Oh. Beyond bosses. I suppose killing the Beyond bosses in here is not super important. They're going to drop maps, which is good. But... they're not going to really drop. They're not going to drop 6 links because I don't have that Sextant. Raw Divine Orb. Yeah, I do see a lot of stuff on the ground. This is nice. I just want to see an Exalted Orb. Or a Sacred Orb. Hey! Oh wow, that's so random. Exalted Orb in the cave. That's funny. That came from the Scourge Realm free monsters that spawn off of swapping the Scourge Realm. Oh, I got Rampage missing. Okay, I just made a little bit of a mistake there. I should have at least got that Abyss portal open. There we go. Now I'm going to leave the Abyss around over there. I just got 2nd Exalted Orb. So that's good. This breach still has another few seconds. I don't think it's a Chayula breach anyway. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that's almost finished. That breach is about to end. I really need to come here and kill these last ones here. Maybe hit these hands. You know, the hands can actually drop stuff. They don't just drop splinters. They actually drop... they can drop... I mean, they could drop their own Exalted Orbs. They can drop all kinds of stuff, so... definitely, if you have time, if it's convenient enough, hit the hands. Even if it's not Chayula. Alienware. I heard a lot of bad things about Alienware. I mean, not like bad things, but just overvalued is what I kept hearing about Alienware. Okay, we're going to do this Alva here. I can't remember what the rooms are, but... obviously it's not Corruption Chamber. Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. I got snecked. I got snecked. I just got wrecked there. Oh my goodness. Wow. That'll be fun for the highlight video. Okay, time out real quick. I'm gonna go in and undo these here so my dump tab actually works. Before I forget to do that. Woo! I believe I put the portal down after the cave. I've been doing that habitually, which is smart to get into that habit. Saved me a lot of run back time. Yeah, so I lost almost the entire Alva encounter there. That's unfortunate, but oh well. That breach is going to go on its way. I'm going to run forward a little bit and clear a bunch of the Scourge Realm. Okay, that's the end of the map there. Okay, get myself some juicy Beyond in this breach. Oh, we got Uln the Toll here. free Scourge monster kills is probably about finished at this point. That's a lot of stuff on the ground. I don't think there are any abysses left. Should be a Harbinger or 2 left. I don't remember killing all of them. Killed one in the beginning. I don't know where they're at. Oh, is this one here? Yeah, here's one. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think Harbinger is really worth it? Sometimes, like, look at the currency I'm getting out of it. It's not a whole lot. I feel like I would have got more. I would have got more than 3 times that amount of currency from a Legion, for example. Oh, you're talking about Alienware laptops. Okay, yeah. Laptops. I am super not versed well on laptops. I never... I actually don't like laptops, just generally speaking, I don't like them. But, you know, if you're all about the convenience of that, then yeah, you know, definitely good. My modes of choice are phone and PC. So, like, there's nothing I want to use in between that, really. No tablets, laptops. So if I'm on the road, if I'm mobile, then I use a phone for whatever I'm doing. But if I'm, you know, gaming, like seriously, I use a PC. Obviously, you can't really do PoE on the road without a laptop. But, yeah. I'm not on the road much, except when I'm commuting to and from work. So... Anyway, this map is now finished, and I'm going to go pick up my loot. I got a couple Exalted Orbs. It was a nice start. And even though I completely botched one of the Alva temples, still have to say it's a pretty good start. I like what I saw. 2 doors to open? Yeah. Shrine of Empowerment, okay. And Vault, okay. What? What? I've never seen anything like that. Come on. Really? 3 Divine Orbs? Are you kidding me? 3 Divine Orbs? 3 raw Divine Orbs dropped in there? Probably at least 1 or 2 of those came from the currency reward, actually. Delirium Orb. But, bro, that could have been 3 Exalted Orbs. That would have been so sick if I'd seen 3 Exalted Orbs. 3 Divine Orbs. 3 raw Divine Orbs. And you're like, what is that? What is that? Okay. I'm done ranting. Oh man, I'm gonna go this last map without a single Exalted Orb, aren't I? Huh? Huh? What? What did I say? What did I say about? Oh, I can't even see it. Oh, wait, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I got debated. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Wait, so let me get this straight. I said, oh no, I'm not going to get an Exalted Orb on the last map. And then an Exalted Orb dropped, and I tried to go see it. But when I went to go see it, my headhunter kept teleporting me off to the side. And at the same time, a scout dropped off to the side. And then I saw the scout thinking that I actually saw an Exalted Orb. But then I saw there were actually 2 stars on the map. So, yeah. What a crazy sequence of events. Definitely a dopamine rush. Okay. Maybe we just call it a dopamine rush, I guess. Wow. Okay, welcome everybody. We're back with another conclusion. This is part 2 of the Nemesis 3 farming strategy. This is a semi-juicing portion. The results are in, and I found way more loot than in part 1. In part 1, I didn't even actually complete the full dump tab, I don't think, of loot, if I'm not mistaken. In part 2, I had to open a second smaller dump tab, and even a third smaller dump tab. So just way more stuff. I got more Exalted Orbs. I attribute the extra loot mainly to Beyond. I think Beyond having another layer of Beyond on the into the map was a big deal, as well as running 16 rounds of 3 additional breaches definitely adds some loot, as opposed to, say, Alva missions. Speaking of breach, I had a really big moment in the middle of the run. I found, I turned in basically, I think I found maybe about 100 breach rings. Of course, I was able to turn in at least one, and the first one I turned in from that was this chest right here, which is a big deal. If you go in and you see the global increased defenses modifier by itself at 81 plus is... I didn't actually check the item level last time, but I don't know what I'm looking at. Apparently I'm looking at 70 exalts. Is that right? Like, maybe somebody can stop in the comments below. Just this modifier alone? I know the chest is rare, and so it has other modifiers to it. But and it has shock reflection, which I don't know if that's niche or whatever, but I don't think it's super good because it's not shown up here. But maybe the two together, or I don't know, they don't exist together. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about this armor, but all I know is that I found an insanely valuable item here by virtue of turning in tons of breach rings. So if you were ever thinking about picking up breach rings, this can motivate you a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, let's get to the... I'm not counting that, by the way. I'm not counting that incredible item towards the currency per hour. Of course I'm not. But I am going to count the just baseline, like the base value of the item, because it is it does deserve to be counted, finding that many. So what do we have here? We got excellence open. First of all, let's see how long it took. So I started, here we go, we got 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock? Oh, is that right? Really? 1 o'clock? I thought it was 12 o'clock when I started. Wait, what? 1 o'clock? No, that's right. Okay. Huh. I'm surprised to see that. I thought I actually started at 12. No, I'm pretty sure I did start at 12. That's really strange. Can I see the breakdown of this? No, I started at 12 something. This thing is lying. I started like right at 12. Because I can go in and see my stream has been open for 5 hours, and I started 20 minutes after this. So this was 5 hours. This was almost exactly 5 hours of farming, especially since I took a break doing laundry at one point. We're gonna, yeah, it might be 4 hours and 45 minutes, I think. Yeah. This was 4 hours and 45 minutes, especially if I count that 10-minute break I took. So I will be dividing by 4.75 the amount of time. So this is almost a 5-hour session, 16 maps. Part 1 was almost 4 hours, 16 maps. So that you can see how much more stuff I had to loot and kill because of that. Let's see what the snapshot is. It was 16x in total. Oh, I should probably go back in and reset this. No, I didn't do the first snapshot. I think it's because I think my excellence got a little buggy with the time because I added a dump tab, and I actually changed my file because I had to add a dump tab. But I added the dump tab at like 3 o'clock, so I don't know. Final snapshot right here. We got 50x. Is that right? 50x. Yep, 50.4x. 50.4x, wow. It was, if you recall, at the beginning of the video, I will have said it was 16x for 16 maps, 1x per map invested. 50.4 minus 16, 34 divided by 4.75. Oh, well, I didn't do as well as I hoped, actually. Wait, no, this isn't right. This is not right, because I'm actually missing a dump tab. I'm actually missing a dump tab. No, I need to fix that. I should have fixed that before I initiated this, but I'll just do it right now. I had to include another dump tab in here,
Should be that one and this one. There. Now I gotta do this again. 1 second. I thought that sounded a little bit low. I was like, there's no way I made the same amount of money on this first one. Had to have made more. At least a little bit more. Okay, show me the money. From 50.4 to... Hello. 52.6. Okay, nothing big. Tiny bit more money. Okay. 52.6 minus 16 is 36.6 divided by 4.75. And I somehow messed that up. Try again. Alright. 0.6 minus 16 divided by 4.75. Okay, there we go. 7.7. Could have swore I did better than that. 7.7. Now, the interesting thing I noticed, this happened last time too, that look at all these contracts I have. These are all high value contracts. They're all either deception, lockpicking, perception, or I think I have a counter thaumaturgy as well. However you say that word. Yeah, I actually have a lot of those in here. So they don't actually show up. These are all worth, on average, like 5 chaos apiece. If you count, you just kind of average them all. They're not worth anything. It's kind of dumb. But for some reason they don't show up. Now, maps do show up. And I do sell some maps, especially like T10 Towers, T14 Tropical Islands. They do show up in the tab, I think. If we'll see them here. Yeah. Only 9 tropical islands? That's terrible. Seems almost impossible to believe. 23 tower maps, though. Okay, well, let's go through and see if we notice anything interesting here. I did get a random Scarab award as one of my Delirium random reward spawns. And that happened in part 1 as well. It's not too far outside the realm of possibility that we're going to... I did get a unique Gruthkulls there. Let's see. Nothing particularly major. Some maps there. Ancient Orbs. Okay, I got 5 Ancient Orbs. 2 of these Ancient Orbs were raw drops. I think they came from the Foreboding Delirium Orb reward. Which means I got enough shards to give me 3 more Ancient Orbs. And I was doing Harbingers as well. I got 2 Sacred Orbs. 2 of them, actually. Yeah, a lot of Exalted Shards. And, wow, I got 30 Divine Orbs. Without unique monsters drop corrupted items, I still got 30 raw Divine Orbs. Which is pretty crazy. Yeah. I think I actually got a bit unlucky with the Exalted Orb drops. Yeah, I definitely did, because I got way more Divine Orb drops than Exalted Orb drops, and they should have about the same drop rate. So I've been told. Let's see, I'm looking at 14 raw Exalted Orbs here. I know for a fact at least one of these was a result of 20 Exalted Shards, possibly 2. Which means I only got... Wow, I only got 12... or 13 raw X in that, which is barely better than I did in part 1, which is quite telling. I think I had suffered from some bad RNG here on this round. I got an Astramentus there, a Calm's Heart, a bunch of Scarabs, and you can see there are no contracts in here whatsoever. 7 Orbs of Unmaking, a couple of other things. So yeah, pretty typical. Let's see how many Chaos Orbs actually. I don't know how many Chaos Orbs. There we go. 855 Chaos Orbs. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. So there you have it. The big takeaway from this is, well, actually, the biggest takeaway from me is that I'm surprised that I didn't make significantly more. I honestly figured I made closer to 10x an hour on this round, but apparently not. Of course, I did make more than this if you count some of the contracts and things. But you know, some of the maps I found are not gonna that are valued in here. I won't sell ever as well, but a lot of them I will. So yeah, it's just a bit of a mixed bag. No crazy big ticket items in here. Oh, by the way, I did do a harvest. I had like 4 harvest spawns in this series, and one of my harvests did give me reforge keep suffixes, which is worth, or prefixes, which is worth 2x. So I'm also not including a good a high value harvest craft in here. Yeah, dope. But hey, you know, I'm still definitely in a good mood after finding that grasping mail that I did. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I guess I'll try to sell it for like 70 exalts or something. I don't really know. I'm going to have to ask people on TFT about it because I don't know anything about it. Yeah, but anyway, hope you guys liked the video. We're going to do part 3 coming up soon. I'll probably get that out tomorrow. And part 4 is the one I'm really looking forward to when I just go crazy with the investment. Yeah, but right now it is 5:30 in the afternoon, and all I've had is a coffee today, so I need to go out and get some food. Yeah, so anyway, peace out. Thanks for checking the video, and we'll see you on the next one.